We're losing! Teamwork, guys, more teamwork. They're burying us alive!
Oh, shit.
Jeez, Louie.
Honey, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're going to be winners.
Listen, I ain't got nothing left inside. Cause you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
All righty, look at this. Sunday night, post E3 glow. Glovebox is at home. He's not at the JOB. Welcome to Bad Fodder Figures, episode 166. It's a lot of damn episodes, fellas. But here we are.
It's a lot of numbers.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of breakdown tonight, like the Zabruta film. We're going to break it down. We're going to inside out, front to back.
Slow motion, backwards, forwards, sideways, ups and downs.
Now you're describing my evening after the podcast tonight. No,
I was going to say that, this is Mike's evening coming up ahead, but
no, I'm slightly aroused. But
there goes the show.
There we go. Well, hell of a thing. Lots of news has broken over the last couple days, and certainly today. And we'll try our best to cover a few things that piqued our interest. We certainly won't get to all of it, but we'll touch on a few things here and there. Excited to hear your takes, gentlemen. Before we get into that, though, let's just touch base on how everybody's week was. Matt, you went back to work. I saw the disgruntled face on Twitter. I'm sorry to be back at work look.
Very disgruntled. Very upset. Yeah.
What was your track record? How many days did you make it in this week?
I did Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That was it. And then this coming week, I'm going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe Thursday.
So you've already.
I'm definitely doing Wednesday. We got a happy hour after work Wednesday for people to kind of meet the new people that we've hired the past 18 months and stuff like that. So I'll go Wednesday for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going in tomorrow.
You've already made up your mind. Too busy.
I've already made up my mind.
Too busy of a Sunday. I had lots of stuff going on. Happy birthday to your son. Lots of yard work. It's been hot in the Midwest, so you just tied out. You just got to tell the man, I can't be there tomorrow. I'm sorry, but I'll get you back on Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have to tell him, though, or you just...
No.
Oh, you just do your thing.
I just
show up.
Either I show up or I don't.
That's
Either show up or I don't until August 2nd. After August 2nd, then
I'm just saying nobody's sitting there expecting you. Anybody seen Matt?
No.
What was the attendance like? Was there a lot of people there? Not a lot of people? Or
Monday there was not many people there Monday at all. Maybe a handful of people. Tuesday there was more people there Tuesday. I didn't go Wednesday, and then Thursday it was just a handful of people again. So not many at all. I think everybody's kind of doing the same thing. They're just kind of going in as they want, as they can, or whatever, and getting back to it.
They're just putting the tip in just to see if they like it, and if they, I don't like this, I'm pulling out.
Yeah.
It's just a tip. Yeah, half pregnant type of thing.
Pullout game is fierce.
The pullout game, the pullout game is fierce, and the pullout game is real.
Yeah.
Right here, it is. Yeah.
See, I thought you were going to tell me, it was like, mid-March, sweater vest and mayonnaise was popping all around that place.
No.
Oh, no, no, not at all.
No.
No. But yeah, no. I mean, I went in there and I woke up Monday morning and I didn't sleep at all Sunday night, and then I get up and I get what I think everything I need. And I get there and I realize that I forget, my calculator. I forget my fucking snacks and shit. I forget other things, and it's just like, God damn it!
Prepared. You just want
I was,
prepared.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm scrambling around looking for my belt because I haven't worn a belt in I don't know how long. So I'm looking for my goddamn belt. I'm looking for my dress shoes. I'm trying to get my brown socks out of the sock drawer and stuff, and pants and shirts.
We know what you forgot, Matt.
The advanced spark plug actually is not that difficult.
Yeah.
Walk around with that in.
Yeah. Penguin walk all day long there, Eric.
Right.
Penguin walk all day long.
Like a penguin. Well, good, Matt.
It was weird. It was different.
It's good to get back into it. It's second Saturday in a row. The wife and I went out for dinner. Today is her birthday, so happy birthday to my wife. And,
yeah, nice.
So
Birthday to man.
date night, 2 Saturday nights in a row. We had a date night. This time we had much.
You gonna keep it going?
She was talking
Becoming
about
a
it.
thing.
It's not like
That's important, bro.
It's not like we go out for a long time. It's like 2 hours.
No, look. Yeah, that's
And have
important.
to get through the drive-through and come back.
Yeah. I'm like, why? I'm like, you look so pretty. Why are we in a rush to get home?
Wow. Did you really?
Yeah. But
Wow.
That's points there, bro. That's points.
Yeah. I mean, did you plan that shit? Or did you just like come out of your mouth?
Hey, Matt, that was just off the cuff, bro. Because he knows, I gotta be present.
Wow.
I had other intentions, but
Yeah, you got to start it early. Start it earlier.
Did it work?
Slow walk it. Yes, it's gonna work as soon as we get off this podcast.
yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work last night. No. But here we are.
That's right.
That's awesome. Wait, let's back a minute. Slow down a minute now. Because Mike doesn't go out very often there. So, when he goes out like this, we got to break it down. Now where did you guys go?
We went to a new place. So last two Saturdays in a row have been new places. We like the mix.
The last week it sucked though, right?
Yeah, last week I had we were outside in a parking lot, and I got some sort of acid reflux GERD attack, and I came home and went right to bed. This time the food was very good. I am a weak man. I will have to confess here, I am a weak man. I will say it here on the podcast. I wanted to stay true to July 29th. I wanted to have 1 year of sobriety, and I was a weak man last night, gentlemen. I am confessing my sins. I had a beer. I had an IPA, a hazy IPA. I was at this place, and I was feeling very festive. Wife looked great. I was dressed up. A lot of people around me were drinking. Yeah. I just caved. I wanted to go
to the pure pressure, baby.
I wanted to go a full year without any booze, and I couldn't. I'm a weak man.
It's all right.
Yeah. But you're a happy man, so
yeah,
weak and happy.
So it was a new place that we went to, some sort of Mexican tequila bar. Very good food, great ambiance. Wasn't too crowded. We had a nice booth in the corner. It was nice.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
Today we ordered
forward.
the guacamole,
When they come do it at your table,
right? And it was so good, and there was so much left over. We brought it home today, and I had some for lunch. It didn't go brown or anything. They gave us a nice tub to put it in.
good. Banana, yeah. I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna run out of Mexican places, but that's good.
Right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, maybe switch up. Maybe go to something exotic like Chinese or something. Maybe.
No, that's not gonna be a good look for his stomach, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
If he having a trash bag in the car again. I don't want that.
I thought I was going to have an episode 2 weeks ago, a trash bag. But I got to tell you, last night, as I get older, I can relate to Matt, the pissing is becoming a problem. I'm outside on the way home, we had to pump gas, and the people next to me must have been like, this guy has got something wrong with him, because I'm pumping gas, and I'm doing this dance so I don't fucking piss my pants, you know what I mean? I'm running in plays.
Oh no!
Shit.
Did you make it?
Yeah, it was what happened was we were parked, and all of a sudden this guy came up and parked next to me, in a fire lane, and then this other guy parked in a real space in front of the gas station that we were at, to go into the food mart. So all of a sudden I'm I could get out no problem, but this other car pulled up, and it was they created a T And it was like one of those things where like my attention all of a sudden became like diverted to that, and my brain no longer thought I had to piss, so I was completely fine. I was like, what the hell's going on over here? This is not a good situation. something squirrely's going on. Let's get out of here. And I didn't have to piss, but as soon as I got home though, it was like a horse. I had to run.
There's been many times where I've been in that situation. As soon as I pull in the driveway, I jump out of the truck and onto the side of the house I go. Right there on the side of the house.
Can't even make it inside.
No.
Eric, I mean, the situation happened in your house.
Hey.
I went in the back. He said, "No, don't go to the backyard. That dog's going to eat you."
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we got lots of E3 stuff to get to, but before we do that, let's get into what we've been playing, because we want to hear all about Ratchet and Clank. And Eric, this is what happened. We were talking about this before we started to record, where you get people that are very, very competitive and loyal to their brand. Okay, so I'm seeing things on Twitter today after Xbox's show today, where the piling on effect starts. And I didn't see it at all during the week, but today I'm hearing people with the hot takes that Ratchet and Clank is not all that, and Ratchet and Clank is hard locking my PS5, and blah blah blah. I'm getting hard locks, etc. So let's hear it from a guy who's played some Ratchet and Clank. What's your experience been like?
Okay, so I'm gonna take out the fanboyism out of everything. I don't care about Sony. I don't care about Microsoft. Let's just talk about the game, right?
All right.
Ratchet and Clank, man, is probably one of the best games I've ever played.
Okay.
Seriously, as far as platformers go. And I think a lot of people, I was listening to some people online talk too, and a lot of people are, my theory, they're putting Walmart tires on a Lamborghini, right? They don't have the right stuff to see what you're supposed to see, right? So they have maybe a 1080p TV, and they're playing Ratchet.
I can picture it right now.
A lot of bezel.
I see a lot of bezel in their life.
A lot of bezel, right? So they're not really getting it, and I understand that. I think even on the 1080p, it looks good. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I don't know. I'm playing the 60 frames per second mode with the ray tracing.
Yeah,
I'm talking about ridiculous. I'm talking about it's so ridiculous. You can see like Ratchet and the girl. You can see their hair rivets. You can see their hair on their face move when they talk. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I think Sony is doing big things. And those people who are just talking crap about it, they're just doing that because they don't know.
Mm-hmm. So
I think it's a very good game. It's very good.
How far in are you? And how is the rifting going, moving from planet to planet?
Seamless, dude. You just hit the L1 button, and there's no load screens in this game. Period. And I don't even know how that happens. I mean, from the time you put it on, there's no load screens, bro.
Okay.
You just go straight into it, and the story. It's a pretty good story. It's unfolding, And not too long ago in the game, Ratchet and Rivet, they talk. They haven't met yet in my game, but they talk. Man, fantastic, man.
How is the ambiance, like the DualSense controller? Is there any 3D spatial audio, anything like that?
It is, but I don't think it's overused. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people say that the DualSense is gimmicky. It is gimmicky, but it works when it works. Like in you have a big boss battle or a big explosion or something, and something hits you, you feel it, and you can hear different talking, different weapons coming through the speaker. It's fantastic, man.
I don't think DualSense is a gimmick in the sense of like connect or move, or like other things like that. I think DualSense is here to stay, and I think you're going to see Xbox come out with an update at some point.
Yeah, they're going to have to. And it's all based on the Rumble stuff.
No,
I don't know. I don't know what's inside the damn controller, but it works. Really good game, man. So people hating on it, they're just hating to be hating, if you ask me, because this is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you talking about the load screens and the gameplay in that. It is. I've been watching Goth play it. It is seamless, going from what you think is a load screen was actually more gameplay, and vice versa. In that it is It is just absolutely seamless.
And it's so much more stuff happening on the screen because I played the last version that they gave away on PlayStation Plus or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. It's so much more stuff going on. I'm gonna give you, for instance, it's this one scene when you go into this club and you're looking for the guy who's behind the bar or whatever. And you know how you got the music in the club and it's, yeah, bro, you feel that in the controller. The controller's going, oosh, oosh, oosh. I'm sitting there going, man, this is out of control, man. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
It looks like you're playing like a Disney Pixar movie.
And that's just what it looks like. And the 3D audio, well, I don't have the Sony headsets, but I have a receiver right there. I have a Pioneer.
You have the clips.
Well, I have, they're called energy speakers. They're made by Clips. But I have 5.1 set up in here. Sickening, bro. I'm telling you, man. They've done it all. Insomniac Games has done it all on this game, man. And you can tell.
How do do you feel like they've upped everything? Like, so they've always had really cool weapons. Is it a lot of the same weapons that you can buy from, or they're all new weapons?
They're not all new. Like your regular, your initial pea shooter is just that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And you can upgrade all the weapons, but they have. I haven't gotten a lot of them yet. I might be having like 4 or 5, right? And that they're all new. They're all different. They have this one called a topiary gun, and it turns the enemies into like plants. It's crazy to see, man. And they have leaves on. They're picking the leaves off of it and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into it. It's on my list of things to do this week. I told you last week I was going to Mass Effect 2 and Ratchet and Clank. And I'm not sure if I'm almost done with Mass Effect 2, but I'm like 47 hours in. So I got, I still got ways. I still got a ways to go.
Loyalty missions? You haven't done a loyalty mission. That's towards the end.
No.
Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about when you get there. But yeah, man. So I suggest if anybody can get, I know in Discord, Lucius Man was like, should I get it or whatever? He was questioning. Hey man, I say that's a game you have to pick up. If you have a PS5, that's a pickup. And that's going to be in the Game of the Year conversation. Not saying it's going to get Game of the Year. It's going to be in the conversation though.
What version did you buy?
I just bought the regular version, $70 one.
Okay, because I went Supreme Deluxe with a side of Kung Fu Grip, and I got to figure out if I can track down everything that I got. All the goodies and gadgets and stuff.
I like to have a figure of Ratchet and Clank or Rivet or something like that. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They need
I
to
had
put
one
that
a while ago. I had many years ago when I took my oldest son to PAX. I think we bought like was it Dr. Nefarious? Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we had a figure of him, I think, with Ratchet. I don't know where the hell those ended up. All right. Anything else you played this week, Eric? Just that? Just grooving on Ratchet and Clank?
My regular, Overwatch, but just Ratchet and Clank mainly. Yeah.
All right. Matt,
And the hate is real. The hate is real, but I don't know why. But the hate is real, bro.
I don't know why. It seems like such a great, perfect game now.
What is Gott's take on it, Matt?
Oh, he thinks it's absolutely incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, he loves it. He thinks it's great. He thinks it's a great game. He says it's he says it's the first true game, new game to show off next gen console.
I think so. Yeah, that's a true statement. But again, if you don't have the stuff, you're not going to see that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
has he had any technical issues? And Eric, did you have any technical issues? Any hard lockups or anything like that?
No, he hasn't had anything.
Okay.
He hasn't had anything happen.
It was just like out of the blue today. I'm seeing people, saying they get all these issues. You know what I mean? It's like, they got to like further. I'm not saying these people are wrong and it didn't happen to them. Of course, I'm not in their living room, but I just find a coincidence on a day where Xbox is celebrating everything under the sun. Then it's like, oh, by the way, I'm having all these issues now with Ratchet and Clank.
How many people?
Well, you see one big name say it, and then you go look at the thread, and you get all these other people agreeing with them. Yep, hard locked mine up, blah, 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 Now, whether they want to agree with the guy to make the guy feel like, he's important or not, I don't know. But, one one guy said it, and like 20 other people in the thread saying they're having the same issues.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, if you look at,
I don't know why.
if you look at Gary Witter's Twitter, he posted it, and then you go look at the thread, you'll see everybody else, and they're chiming in. But anyways, I'm glad it's
Some people do.
I'm glad it's performing well for you and Goth, and I look forward to jumping in and playing it this week for sure. Matt, did you play anything this week of note? Besides not all baseball?
It just fucking baseball. We're in tournaments and shit now, and between that and going back to work, I've been fucking around at night, just some Destiny and some MLB The Show. That's really that's it. Nothing of note. I'm a boring person for a gaming podcast for sure, especially this week because I got nothing. I've got nothing.
You've got nothing. So the only thing for me was Mass Effect 2. Like I said, I'm about 47 hours in. I have all my crew except one person. I don't want to go through like who I have because I don't want it spoiled to figure out who rounds out the last.
Dude, the game's so old. You're not spoiling anything.
Are you enjoying it more?
Myself.
Oh, okay.
Are you enjoying it more?
A little bit, you know. I still am dying at sometimes more than I like, and I haven't figured out how to heal besides going into cover all the time. You know, the game tells you on the screen to heal yourself, go into cover. So that's what I'm doing. You know, I had sex again with Liara, but they didn't show anything. They never show anything in these Mass Effect games. It's just all implied. You know, there's some quick handsy stuff going on, and then boom, she's like leaving the room. I'm like,
you got to think when this game came out too. A little, back in the day, a little bit more conservative and shit. So yeah, they don't show anything.
What's up, Shonuff? Good to see you in chat. Yeah, so like I said, I am enjoying it. The story's getting better for sure. Liara's got to the point now where she's, on that ship. She's the Shadow Keeper or whatever her title is. Shadow Broker. Yeah. The last mission I did is I stopped some scientist who was dealing with the Reapers, and I went ahead and blew up that Reaper ship, which blew up some sort of, colony of planets, maybe you'd call it. And, like 300,000 people died, but I supposedly saved 1 trillion others from not dying. So that was the last thing I completed. And I have like a bunch of missions to do now that are all like favors for people on my crew. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like where I'm at, like mission wise. And then there's like also looks like I could go on and do like main story. I'm kind of waiting for like the last squad member to show up, so then I can go to the Normandy crash site, because I don't know who it's going to be, and I don't know if it's important for that person to be there or not. So kind of holding out that. I have a very few assignments left, more just missions at this point. But I am enjoying it the more and more I play. I wish the guns were a little bit better. I feel like I'm shooting people right in the face with the guns, and the crosshairs projectile is not like red. It's like kind of like gray, and I'm like, how is this gray? I should be killing them, unless the crosshairs only get red when they die. I don't know, but there's one gun that you get from the aliens that really does some fucking damage and completely kills people almost like in one shot. So that's a great gun, but the other ones are just okay.
Yeah,
I should finish it this week, I think. And then I have to decide, do I go right into Mass Effect 3 or jump into Ratchet and Clank and just knock that out?
Jump into Ratchet and Clank.
So that's a tough. I would think Mass Effect 3, because since you're on the roll with them, get into it, get done, get over with.
Okay. Well,
Eric is just.
It's a tough.
Otherwise, if it doesn't, then he's never going to play it.
Yeah.
I know. That's my thinking.
Like Ratchet and Clank's like in my backlog now. Biomutant's in the backlog. I don't want to
miss anything there.
Come on, people saying it's a good game.
Biomutant's good. It's not great, but it's good. It's decent.
Let's take a short break.
If y'all can play Fallout 76, y'all can play anything.
CM3000s with the sub. Thank you, sir. let's take a little break here for the jingle, and then we're going to break down E3 inside and out.
Ooh. Outside in.
Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? Do you hear what he just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm going to do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
All right, so 3 things we're going to keep in mind here as we go through the news. Thank you for the follow, CM3000. The best thing we've seen so far, what we're most disappointed in to date out of all the press conferences, and then give us your hot take. So keep those things in mind. We'll kick it off with the Xbox press conference today. They showed 30 titles. 27 of those will be coming to Game Pass. 27 of the 30 titles will be on Game Pass. What do we think of that? Good value?
Not bad. Yeah.
Eric's rolling his eyes. Give me a little.
I'm rolling my eye. I'm rolling my eyes because look, guys. I'm not trying to be negative, but those games coming to Game Pass, cool. I wouldn't pay $70 for those games.
Well, that was an interesting question that our buddy Hoodie Ninja said. Out of these games, which ones would you have bought on your own? And as we go through some here, we'll talk about that. There's definitely some games that I would buy on my own. Like I was big into Fallout 4, so I bought Fallout 76. So why would I not buy Starfield? You know what I mean?
Right.
I know what they showed today for Starfield was just, CG. So you really don't have a feel of what's going on, like what the gameplay loop is and everything and how it's going to perform. But just on its own merit, I would feel comfortable that I would be buying that.
Looks like Returnal, by the way.
So Starfield comes out on November 11th, 22. So almost a year and a half away, right? Mm-hmm. Funny enough, Skyrim came out on 11/11/11. So there's some synchronicity there on the 11th of November. Mm-hmm. What's your excitement level on Starfield? Again, it was just CG. It looked interesting. It's an Xbox exclusive now, confirmed. How are we all feeling about Starfield?
Looks good to me so far.
I'm interested, but I'll hold all that till next year. We'll get to that next year because that's what is coming up. Why am I going to be excited about it now? I'm not. Yeah. They just showed me a CG trailer. Whatever.
And I think we've been saying all along Starfield would be exclusive. Right? It's not it's not a Fallout, it's not a Skyrim, it's a brand new IP. Of course that's going to be exclusive to Xbox. So there it is, confirmed, something to shoot for. I would be surprised if it hits that date because a lot of Bethesda Softworks games gets delayed, but
a whole year though, bro.
Year and a half, right?
I'm saying you don't think it'll hit that date? Jeez,
everyone is taking the Cyberpunk hit. They're not going to fucking release shit until it's fucking ready to go. There's not going to be another issue like that again.
Okay, but remember, we all were in the chat earlier today, and I said that okay, great. Nothing's coming out till next year. What are they doing now? Is anybody doing anything now on Xbox, or everybody's just going to wait till next year?
Well, we're going to get to this. We'll talk about that for sure.
Let's talk about that.
Shonuff says in chat he was disappointed with the E3. No Starfield gameplay, which we just talked about. No Hellblade 2 or Perfect Dark. I knew going into the press conference that they weren't going to have those. I'm not sure if you guys follow Jeff Grubb on Twitter. I think it was him, or it could have been that dude, Nibel, is that how you pronounce it? One of those guys said that Perfect Dark and Fable and Hellblade 2 would not be shown, so they had some inside knowledge, so I was sort of prepared not to see those. But, Halo Infinite. One thing I want to say before we get too far into this, I watched the press conference again in 4K, because what you see live on YouTube is not 4K, it's compressed. Much better in 4K, if that's your thing. Just throwing that out there. So when we get into Halo Infinite, I didn't think it looked that good this time around either. But when I saw it in 4K, I was like, all right, it did look better. But here's my thing with Halo Infinite. It didn't feel like this was the rebound that they needed compared to last E3. And I know Matt's got some different takes on that, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But the multiplayer was never the problem with Halo. Like, people really raved about the multiplayer in Halo 5. But to me, the what they showed last E3 was just, so bad that I thought they would have just shown us more of the campaign, but not CG again with the whole, Master Chief talking to that other broad who's not Cortana. I thought they would have showed us some actual gameplay to sort of, hey, see, this is what we've been working on. We heard your feedback. We've improved this, that, and the other thing. Yeah. Here's some gameplay. And they just skirted by that completely and didn't show you anything.
They took the low road. They took the low road.
Right. They just showed you some, high, scenic stuff, Yeah. But I want to hear from you guys. Matt, I know you had a hot take today in chat, and you felt it doesn't matter. It's just Halo, and people are going to buy it no matter what, right?
It's Halo, and Halo's going to sell just because of the Halo name alone, just like Call of Duty does, just like Madden does, MLB The Show, Battlefield. It's going to sell no matter what. So,
and that's true. And if everybody had that opinion, cool. But people are saying stuff like, "Oh man, they showed this. It was the greatest." It wasn't the greatest. It didn't do anything. It's a little movie. Get out of here, man.
I thought people were really like over the top with the pom poms. Fine, the multiplayer looks sick. It looked great. It looked wicked. Whatever your adjective is. And again, this show here is a lot about just our own three opinions and not the gaming world at large. We don't play a lot of those multiplayer, hence the name of this podcast, Bad Fodder Figures, right? It's we don't excel in that realm. Hey, it's going to be on Game Pass. We'll have a game night. We'll pop in and we'll try it out, and I'm sure that might be the extent of it. When I play Halo, I want to play the campaign, and 343 has been lousy with the campaigns ever since they took it over from Bungie. And I thought that this would be their moment to say, no, we got it. We heard you. We're going to fix the wrongs. And boom, check out what we've been doing. And they really do that. They said, here's the multiplayer. And by the way, it's free. And, they're calling it the Epic campaign too. Why can't you just say it's the fucking campaign? Why do we got to call this thing the Epic campaign?
I think they should have showed last year's trailer and then stopped it and was like, hey guys, we apologize. Yeah. Here we go. They should have showed some video of like Craig getting taken out by what are those vehicles called in Halo? The assault vehicle, whatever. They should have showed him out in the field trying to shoot someone, and then boom, a vehicle just comes out and smushes him.
See, yeah, that would have been good. That would have been clever. That would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it felt like to me they were more interested in saying, hey, we brought this guy in to right the ship than they were of actually showing what they've done to right the ship. Hey, we brought this guy back and he's all Halo. He's in 110% and he's going to fix everything. And they wouldn't even give you a date. That was surprising. They did not give you a date. They wouldn't commit to a date. They're willing to commit to Starfield 11/11/22, but they would not commit to a date for Halo this holiday. Even when there's a date out there, a 20th anniversary for the franchise, they wouldn't even commit to that date. I thought it was a little weird. What's going on in chat? Halo took a huge hit with... Go ahead.
Are you guys going to buy it?
No, it comes with Game Pass. Why would I buy it?
Well,
are we going to play it?
So you're going to play it? So you're going to play it?
Yeah, I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I got to get my money's worth out of Game Pass. Yeah. I'll play the campaign, but I wanted something, I hope it's great. I'm not sitting here going, I want this thing to be bad. I want it to be great. But I wanted to see something. And maybe they have other marketing beats along as they build up to the holiday season that they're going to show you. Let's see, what else? the new IP from Bethesda, Arcane, Redfall. That was the last thing they showed. I was wondering what they were going to show at the very end because they opened with Starfield, they had Forza, and they had Halo in the middle. And I was like, what are they going to show at the end here? And so it was a new franchise. Arcane, of course, has done the Dishonored games.
Yeah.
And Prey. So this is Redfall, a vampire shooter multiplayer. What'd you guys think of that?
It's different.
I mean, it looked cool. I mean, was it just one of those games that
all CG, right?
Yeah, was it one of those games that say, "Oh man, I have to play that. I can't wait to that." No,
Something different because it wasn't zombies, vampires, and shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, it's open world. It's a co-op shooter about a city overrun with vampires, somewhere between multiplayer and single player.
It's on the same vein to me as was it Back for Blood or something like that? They kind of remind me of
like a Left 4 Dead vibe. It seems like a lot of games are going for that vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's cool.
It didn't seem like those people, though, if you watch the whole trailer, that those people are just humans fighting off vampires. They had their own set of powers, too. I'm not sure.
Abilities,
Yeah.
So that,
Yeah, that one girl was able to open up like some sort of corridor that shot the whole team like up on top of a building. She got attacked by one of like these super vampires and was down and out. And this other guy was able to like magically like appear and disappear. And it felt like maybe the two that were on the ground still were like regular humans, but maybe they had more like tech abilities, like robotic type shit. And these other two were like superhumans. And I don't know. I'm just reading into what I saw, so I don't know.
Kevin, Fortnite with vampires. Yep. Seems like that'll work.
It did have a little it did have a little what was that mode, Matt, in Fortnite that we played a lot with Chewy?
Save the world?
Save the world. It didn't like Save the World you were building and shit, so I'm not talking about that type of aspect, but just the aesthetic a little bit. Kind of reminded me a little bit of that.
Well, the graphics, sure.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's Fortnite. It's nowhere near Fortnite.
And this takes place in a fictitious place in Massachusetts, Redfall.
That's right down the road from you, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's supposed to be like Salem. I don't know. I wonder if there is a Redfall. I wonder if there is a Redfall, Massachusetts.
You know what the thing of it is? The thing of it is, we still have questions. You know what I mean?
Well,
Microsoft should have gave some answers though. Like, show us some gameplay of this stuff. You gave us a date for Starfall for next year. No gameplay. You gave us Halo that you jacked up last E3, but you didn't show gameplay of the new one. There's still questions, man. And then everything has a release date of next year or 2023. Get out of here, man.
Matt, I know you enjoyed this one somewhat. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chernobyl, out April 28th, 2022. GamePass Day 1. A console exclusive out of the gate to Xbox, probably come to the PS5 later, I would imagine. Again, another game that looked much better when you watched it back again in 4K than the original version. Doesn't feel like something like we haven't played before. I got like a Metro Exodus vibe.
That's just what it looks like. Metro?
Right? I got like a Metro vibe out of the game.
But isn't that out on PC though already?
What, S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
Yeah.
No, the original S.T.A.L.K.E.R is, yeah. This is S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. I don't know. It looked like a game that fit more into like what we would play, but it didn't feel like it had anything like I would definitely buy it and play it, but it didn't feel like to me like anything like super out of the realm that we have not played before.
Nope.
Let's see other notes. Back for Blood will be available on Xbox Game Pass on day one. I think that's a big thing. You know that's a Warner Brothers game.
Left 4 Dead 3.
It's getting a lot of push, a lot of publicity.
Exactly what it is.
So that's a big get for Microsoft. The Outer Worlds 2, maybe the best trailer ever.
Incredible. They nailed every fucking bullshit cliche.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You'll never see this monster again.
So who knew?
that music means that something's happening.
Yeah. So who knew if any of that, like what we saw, is in the game or was just for the trailer? You have no idea. But sometimes they just got to announce this shit so you're aware that it's happening rather than going, well, what is that studio doing now? Well, now you know they're working on Outer Worlds too. This one here out next week, Eric. I thought it could be interesting. The Pirates of the Caribbean with Jack Sparrow and Davy Jones coming to Sea of Thieves. I don't know if that's.
So here's what I'll do.
Matt's give shit.
I'll let Matt check that out, and Matt will give us the rundown, because that's not something I'm just going to run and say, "Oh man, Sea of Thieves, I have to play it." Get out of here, man.
Well, my whole thing is I always wanted more of a story thing with Sea of Thieves rather than me going out and digging up like gold and shit. Like, give me some sort of story, give me some compelling enemies to fight, and it gave me a little bit of that. So I don't know, there's some hope. But Matt's shaking his head over here very feverishly.
Well, they have done some of that. They've done a lot more of that, Mike. There's been a lot more. I don't know about story stuff, but different enemies and shit that you can go and do in that. But this Jack Sparrow bullshit in that is telling me that Sea of Thieves just jumped the shark and is grasping for straws. This did not. It's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Two on the nose?
Yes.
Is that a way to put it? Okay.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell? Yeah.
Well, see, this is why I keep you guys around. It keep me honest. I thought it looked kind of compelling, but we'll see.
Sea of Thieves is a decent game, but this Jack Sparrow shit is like, what the fuck?
The voice acting was not great for him.
No. But see, here we go again with this whole philosophy. It's free, right?
That is a thing that you keep coming back to, is like, are anybody going to raise the bar in these games, or they don't have to because, hey, I didn't have to pay for it. It just got bundled into Sea of Thieves. It just got bundled into Game Pass, so no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul.
Right?
Yeah.
Cancel your Game Pass subscriptions then. Are you guys going to do that?
No, I'm down for. I'm down for.
Man, I don't cancel anything. I'm like the guy at church giving out money to everybody. Hey, fucking Stadia, Luna, you get this, you get that. Hey,
I'm down for the big titles. I'm down for the big titles coming to Game Pass. But if I got some Jack Sparrow trash, I'll play that too. Whatever. So what? I think we all, since this is what we do, we should be informed, right? So I'm not going to let my opinions go without trying it, right? So I'll try it, and if it's trash, I'm gonna say it's trash.
Okay. Summer Game Fest and today both showed Battlefield 2042. Matt's prophetic prophecy last week did not come true. He thought it was going to come to Game Pass. That did not pan out.
It's not done yet, though.
Well, not on day one, at least. It might come to Game Pass at some other point, but not on day one. And
day two.
He's not giving up, folks. God damn it. So no campaign. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but the last couple years, they didn't have a traditional like Call of Duty campaign. It was more like episodic, right? You'd play as one soldier, maybe he might die, and then you go on to another soldier, right? It's not the way how the last couple played out. That's the way.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the generation that the version of this game that's going to be on the current gen, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. They say 128 players?
Yes.
And then on the PS4 and the Xbox, like One X, it's going to be 64 players. So that's how the besides graphics, that's how the generational leap will be defined by player count. I don't know. I can't get excited for this. I've seen it. I've watched it a bunch of times. Both the original CG trailer and what I saw today at the Xbox thing. It's not doing much for me. What do you guys? You like it?
Yeah, I'm ready for a new Battlefield.
You're going to spend $70? Not me. I'll spend some Game Pass money on it, but I'm not spending $70 on it.
Okay.
I'll probably buy it for $70.
I saw a lot of people online this week having that argument. Is it worth $70 because there's no campaign? The people on the multiplayer side said, you know what? I put hundreds of hours into these games and I never touched a campaign. This doesn't.
Yeah, look at Call of Duty.
This doesn't make a difference for me at all. And then you have the other people on the other side who say, well, I just dabble in the multiplayer a little bit, but I prefer to play these big, next gen experiences in the campaign, and it's not there, so I'm not spending the $70 just for multiplayer. So
Warzone is free, right? I can get my fix there. And Halo is free. I can get my fix there. I don't need to spend $70 on Battlefield. Got out of town.
Right. This next game, Replaced, seemed to be the Twitter darling of the day for the Xbox game show. Is that 2D 2.5 pixel art cyberpunk thriller? Not out till next year, Eric. Xbox exclusive. Eric is disgusted already. Matt, what did you think? Replaced. I know you called it out in our chat. You thought it looked good.
Yep, I thought it looked good. But again, something new, something different. So yeah, looked good to me.
GamePass.
Looked like a sideways scroller. It is Game Pass.
Probably.
Yeah, it is. Xbox exclusive. So
yeah, we'll play it.
That's the Xbox press conference. Anything that I missed that you guys want to discuss?
There was one game that I like and I want to play and I can't wait for it. And if it costs $70, then that's what I'm doing. Diablo.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Diablo 2. I want to get into that. I forgot that. Diablo 2. I think that's going to be our game night. 8-player co-op.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be a mess.
That could be what we play. Thanks for bringing that up, Eric. I did forget that. Diablo 2. Out later this year, right? That's this year?
Yep.
And
I'm ready.
8-player co-op. I don't know what the price is in that. I don't believe that's $70.
Even if it is, I'm down.
Okay.
For Diablo.
That was a good call.
That was my best of show.
For Xbox. Okay.
That and that. What's that game that's getting ready to come out like next month? What's it called? It's the Cyberpunk one. Top down.
The Ascent.
The Ascent. Those two.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Matt, anything I forgot? I know you watched it amongst your busy day. Anything else that stuck out for you? Like Flight Simulator. You're going to play Flight Simulator?
Yeah, Flight Simulator. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for Series X, when it comes to console, yeah, I will be getting that on the Series X and messing with that because I'm looking forward with a joystick and shit. Playing that game. It's going to be fun.
No, I'm not a car guy by any stretch of the imagination. Sorry, Shonuff. Sorry, Shonuff. I know that you're a big car guy. Forza Horizon 5, the Horizon series, correct me if I'm wrong, is more forgiving, not so sim as the regular Forza games. You know, Forza, well, maybe not a direct comparison to Gran Turismo. The regular base version of Forza would be more along the lines of GT, where Horizon is more let's just say Mario Kart. Arcade.
Yeah, the arcade.
It's more arcade. More arcade, yeah. Forza is a more...
That's simulation, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like GT, Gran Turismo is... Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought they went way too deep with that. That was the only game where I was like, holy shit, they're taking up like 15, 20 minutes on this. It must sell enough for them to spend that much time. But they took up a lot of time. The conference went downhill as soon as it hit like that snowboarding game. Yeah. And then, again, apologies to people in chat who might be into JRPGs, but they touched upon those two JRPGs, the snowboarding game, Flight Simulator, and Forza. I needed the fucking goddamn... I needed to be revived. I needed the smelling salts over here. I was like, someone, please, wake me up. I thought the pacing there just went... And then Phil came out, and then they announced Redfall. So here we are with that.
I thought, because, they bought Rare, right? Rare used to do some amazing things.
Aren't they working on Fable?
I don't know who's working on Fable.
They just aren't ready to show it yet. Well,
they need to make that amazing.
Rareworks is working on Sea of Thieves, and they're working on Fable.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was disappointing not to see some of their other games. Like, I wanted to see more of that Perfect Dark or something.
Right. And I hate to compare, PlayStation and Xbox, but I'm comparing the stuff that I'm playing. Not that I'm not talking. I don't know what PlayStation has coming out. could care less, right? I'm talking about what I'm playing on PlayStation right now as compared to what they're talking about is coming next year. Me personally, I don't think it's the quality of this PlayStation stuff. The Last of Us 2, bro, on the PS4 is blowing Xbox out of the water. I don't know if y'all could agree with me on that, but that game was epic, man.
Yeah, there's just... It seems like Xbox is going... Like, I saw someone make an analogy, like it takes a long time to turn a big ship around. And they're in that phase where they're trying to get that ship turned around. So they're starting to have a regular cadence of games now coming out, whether it's the Age of Empires, the Ascent, the Sea of Thieves stuff that's coming out. So their goal now going forward is to have an exclusive Xbox game at least once a quarter going forward for the foreseeable future. That's the cadence they're trying to hit. Now, they might not be bangers that you're looking for, Eric, but to them, it's about diversifying their portfolio in a lot of different areas. Whether it's, we'll just say Age of Empires is like sim battle, like almost, is that like Civ type game? Would you put that in that same like sort of strategy?
Absolutely.
Right.
But the thing of it is though, if I'm Phil, right? Okay, I work for Microsoft Monday through Friday, right? On Saturday, I'm sitting down with the PlayStation 5 and I'm seeing what these guys are doing. I'm looking at the Last of Us 2s. I'm looking at the Ratchet and Clank. And if I'm the boss, I'm telling these guys, you sons of bitches need to be making what this is right here. You need to be coming up with something like this. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I don't know what we got to do, but we got to come up with something like this.
It's two different philosophies. Like right now, all those Bethesda games just came to GamePass today. Like 30 plus titles, or maybe all those titles combined with the previous Bethesda games makes 30. So, you're getting all those old Fallout games, the Dishonored, Doom, Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2, Rage, and then they brought out Yakuza Like a Dragon today. That was a big get. That's available today on Game Pass.
They're thinking quantity over quality, though.
Psychonauts 2 is this year. Age of Empires 4.
Whatever.
Forza Horizon 5. Halo Infinite. This isn't an exclusive for them, but Back 4 Blood. The Ascent. Let's see what else. I thought another big get for them. You can't say this is important. Hades was the game of the year by a lot of fucking people last year. And you can't just sweep it under the rug this year. Hades is going to come to Game Pass in August. And the same day it comes to PlayStation, you got to pay for it. It's going to be free on Xbox if you have Game Pass.
And that's a big deal. And I agree. That's a big deal. Sony needs to figure that situation out. But Hades, though, we've played it, right? You've played it. I'm going to play it again because it's free. Right, but I'm going to play it again because it's free. I'm not going to buy it again. It is a great game, and I'm not taking it away from that, but come on, man. You can get Hades anywhere, man.
All right, let's give a quick score. Matt, on an A through F score, Xbox today.
B.
Eric.
C.
I'm going to go B minus. Didn't get enough Halo. It would have went to a B to a B plus if we got more Halo info, I thought. And one or two more titles to come out this year. But I
would have gave it a B if they would have showed CG stuff. Give me some gameplay, but they didn't do that.
All right, let's move on to the Summer Game Fest. I picked out three things that I thought were cool from this. Was the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is the Gearbox spin-off game from Borderlands. The people can say it's Borderlands with a D&D twist. What'd you guys think of this?
Yeah, that looked awesome.
Yeah, it looks good.
Their whole comedic spin, how they do things over there is fantastic. So I like that.
A lot of big names, like voice actors.
Man. Yeah.
It's going to be in the realm or the universe of the Assault on Dragon Keep, which was the popular Borderlands 2 DLC. It's going to feature Will Arnett, Andy Samberg, Wanda Sykes, and Ashley Birch, of course, is Tiny Tina. So this was leaked a while ago. I think this one comes out next year. I don't think this one is out this year. And, of course, the early 2022. Yep. So, of course, they kicked off Summer Game Fest with that. A strong title. 3 thumbs up on that one. We're excited for that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
3 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any experience with Evil Dead, the game? Or Evil Dead, the comic, I should say?
No, I mean, I'm aware of it. I know of it, but I've never really paid a lot of attention to it.
That's another one of those things that could be, interesting for a game night. See if that gets packaged into some sort of, PS Plus or, Game Pass. It's supposed to come out this year. Eric, did you watch that at all in the Summer Game Pass? Evil Dead, the game?
Yeah, it looked all right. It reminded me, it gave me Friday the 13th vibes. Remember that game?
Yes, yeah. It
gave me vibes like that.
So I guess you can play it in co-op, and there is maybe some PvE as well. And there's no single player. There's no single player story in the game. It's a
not $70. Nope.
It's a multiplayer game. 4 players can work together to survive hordes of deities and other players, and another player who is controlling the Kandarian demon. So yeah, it is kind of like that, like Friday the 13th, where one human player. Or what's that other game that you guys played on a early game night of?
What was that game?
Oh, Dead by Daylight.
Oh yeah.
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 Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It looked compelling, fun, something different a little bit maybe. And then of course everybody shit their pants over Elden Ring, right? The internet just went poof. Again, we're bad fodder figures. We don't play a lot of Souls games. They're very pretty to look at. The aesthetics are unbelievable. I think Bloodborne is a work of art. Just visually, that whole gothic look to that game is just phenomenal. I like watching people play these games, but for my own sake of my own sanity, I don't really play these games. So Elden Ring doesn't really move the needle that much, but it's good to see George R.R. Martin release something. He's got that other book to finish up, so maybe now this frees him up to do that. But what do you guys think? Elden Ring, do you play the Souls games at all, Eric? Will you buy this just out of hype alone to see what it's all about?
I don't play the Souls game usually, but I'm going to buy that just out of hype, just to see what it's about. And I'll probably get it on the PlayStation 5.
Okay. Show Enough said the Elden Ring gameplay looks super dope. I would agree. It looked very compelling to me in a game I know I would suck at completely from top to bottom. But it looked cool as hell. It'd be something, Matt, that I would probably watch Goth play. Does he play a lot of those Souls games?
No, not really.
No.
But he put on Twitter. I was going through my Twitter feed yesterday, going through this shit. He said, "Man, it looks pretty dope." So he might play it. I don't know.
Yeah, From Software don't fuck around. And of course, we're Game of Thrones guys. We like Game of Thrones. So,
did they actually show gameplay from that game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted, because we just said how good Gearbox did with theirs and Evil Dead, but those were all CGI trailers. We just shit all over Xbox for just showing CGI trailers, but we said, man, this Tiny Tina and this other one looks good as hell. So
that's fair. Evil Dead, they definitely showed gameplay. Tiny Tina's, if I remember right, it was just CG, and Butt Stallion came out. I guess the tone was more, I guess we were into.
This Elden Ring, I mean, look, I don't know if I'll fucking play. It looks like nothing but frustration for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it definitely.
Yeah, they definitely showed gameplay. I remember that the guy fighting the guy with all the arms and shit like that, and the face that had was it all hands coming out of the face? Yeah. I don't know. I thought Summer Game Pass started out strong, then it just really died in the middle. Not a whole lot in the middle of that thing, and then of course it ended with Elden Ring. And I'm sure Keeley was handcuffed a little bit because there was hardly any like Xbox stuff on that show, and I'm sure Xbox was keeping everything for their own show.
Yeah.
All right. Move on to, unless anybody has anything else about the Summer Game Fest, I'm ready to move on to Ubisoft. I thought this is the best thing. Maybe I'm giving away one of my answers to the best thing I've been seeing all week. But for me, it's got to be Far Cry 6. It's
Absolutely.
the thing. It's the thing. Immediately, I know I'll pick up and play. It's what I'm into. There seems to be a decent story there. There's a lot of cool weapons. It seems like you can play, a typical Far Cry way of doing things. Right? You can just attack it in any sort of way you want to do it. Now, to be frank, though, it is not the best looking game out of all these games we've seen. It's in that usual Ubisoft Far Cry art style, which is good enough, but it's not like you're not playing this thinking, wow, this is like next gen.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
I agree with that.
would you say Far Cry 6 is exciting to you guys? From what we've seen a couple different things now. We've seen gameplay. We've seen a little bit more story. I think the thing that what they showed on the Ubisoft one is they're on this boat, and Giancarlo, whatever, I forget what his character's name is in the game, but he gets on the boat to find his son, and then he says, let's blow up this boat, essentially blow it up and sink it with all the other people on it. I'm
buying. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I saw an interview that he did with Jeff Keighley, and he wanted to make it clear that he's not a villain in this game. He's just a guy who loves his country. What do you think of that?
I'm gonna say this. I'm buying Far Cry 6 or whatever, sight unseen, just because of its pedigree and just because we've played it in the past. And granted, it looks fantastic. So I don't care what they say, but I don't care I'm buying it, period. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much probably in the same boat. I think Far Cry 6, I've played all the other ones, and they've always been, winners for me. So
it comes out October 7th on all the systems, including Stadia and Luna.
Day one.
Interesting here. There's going to be DLC for this. And how does the DLC fit into... It seems like their DLC for these games never go back to the main story.
Yeah, they're
like side
way
stuff.
off left.
Yeah, so this DLC, you're going to be able to play 3 villains who have built a reign of terror across Far Cry 3, 4, and 5. So you'll be able to play as Voss, Pagan Min, and Joseph Seed.
So that's how I think they keep the stories going, because they can go after Far Cry 6 and make a Far Cry 7 out of one of those guys.
So you'll play as one of these major antagonists as you delve inside their minds to uncover their backstories, encounter familiar faces, and find out what it's like to become the villain. Set in twisted worlds inside the minds of each character that feature locations from Far Cry 3, 4, and 5. Each DLC will see you getting stronger the longer you survive by unlocking perks and finding new weapons. Each time you'll die, you'll start over from scratch and use the knowledge you've gained to push further into the villain's psyche. So it sounds like it's going to be a little bit like Returnal, not, roguelike a little bit.
You die often.
Yeah. And then the Far Cry 6 Season Pass is also going to include Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, which will take you back to the grim cyber future of 2007 to play as Sergeant Rex Power Colt.
And we already have Blood Dragon?
Blood Dragon 2, right?
Yeah, I think I played that. I'll play that one too. Doesn't matter. Show
Enough says, I know I want to like Far Cry 6, but I know I'll only play it for a few hours and get bored. I don't know. I feel like those... It could be, we've had a lot of fun with the last Far Cry games.
Yeah. Yep. So much to do.
Now, they haven't mentioned anything if these are co-op. Weren't the last couple ones co-op? We played that Far Cry.
Yeah. You and Matt played that big time.
4 and 5. 4 we played a lot together. That was with the Seed, right?
Yep.
And then 5 was what? Was Was 5 Voss or Pagan Min? Voss, right? 5 was Voss.
Voss.
Pagan Min was in 3, right? If I remember correctly, Pagan Min was sort of like an androgynous guy.
Yeah.
5 was those religious family.
No, that was 4, wasn't it? 4 was the religious families.
Wait a minute now. I'm getting confused now. I think Eric's right. 3 was the guy with the mohawk. Okay. Where he was like in the tropical area.
Was the last Far Cry not a main story one? It was some other name like Far Cry New Dawn.
Yeah, where everything was like radioactive and shit like that.
Far Cry 5 had the family.
5 had the religious the cults and shit. The religious family.
So whatever came out after 5, me and you didn't play that much together. It was
played that one. Yeah. And it was those 2 black girls.
That was New Dawn, right? It was like a spin.
Yeah, New Dawn.
2 black girls was in that one.
We did co-op. We did a lot of co-op with 5.
Yeah.
And then we did some with New Dawn.
I got to go back to Shonuff's point. I got to go back to 3 and 4. I don't think I finished either one of those.
3 was great. 3 is what got me into the whole series. Yeah. It was awesome. You had to go hunt animals and craft shit from the animal. You had to get 5 tigers.
The only one that wasn't good was the
Dinosaur
Far Cry
one?
Primal. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Primal.
Yeah. They kind of lost me on that.
So a lot of stuff coming there. This again is October 7th. And speaking about the 7th, I saw Dying Light today was confirmed for December 7th, I believe. Scoba 1 with the sub. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Happy E3 to you, sir. All right. This one here is getting some mixed reviews by people that have been able to play it. Rainbow Six Extraction, formerly known as Rainbow Six Quarantine, of course, with the whole pandemic that we just went through or still going through. Certainly some other places aren't out of the woods yet. They felt that touch maybe too close to home. So now it's Rainbow Six Extraction. I'm getting a Dark Zone vibe feeling out of this, Matt and Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a PvE co-op experience where you and up to 2 other players can form a squad composed of Rainbow Six operators who have joined Ash, Mira, and Thermite to form the Rainbow Exogenous Analysis and Containment Team, otherwise known as REACT. Okay. You squad up. You can choose from a roster of 18 Rainbow Six operators, each with their own set of gadgets, weapons, and abilities. Try different combinations of operators to open new strategies to approach the arcane threat in each of Extraction's 12 maps set across 4 regions in the U.S. These maps feature procedurally generated challenges, a diverse set of enemies, and infestations with increasing difficulty the further you go to the map. It looks like there's at some point you beat this sub zone, and you can say, "All right, guys, we got enough gear. Let's hightail it out of here and just collect our loot." And then other times you can say, "No, let's just push forward and see if we can get better stuff." That feel kind of like Dark Zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. It sounds they definitely took a page out of that book for this.
It'll probably be fun though. You get a group of people up in there.
So this comes out September 16th. To all the, I think everywhere except Luna. It's going to have cross-play and cross-save on all platforms right out of the gate on September 16th.
You can play it on whatever.
Be curious what the Mafia is and what Jay, Iron Hell think about this. Because, they're big Rainbow Six players and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. It says here, if you've already owned Rainbow Six Siege and purchased Rainbow Six Extraction, its entire roster of 18 operators will be unlocked for you in Rainbow Six Siege, along with a United Front cosmetic bundle for both games. So it seems like if you do not have Rainbow Six Siege and you are playing this, that maybe all the characters won't be there and you got to sort of either unlock them as you go or you got to buy them. This to me feels like a game is ideal for Game Pass, and maybe it's not on Game Pass because Ubisoft wants to get some of that cash right out of the gate. People who buy
$70.
Yeah, really hopping on the $70. Has every game gone to $70, Eric?
Yeah, supposedly. Me personally, I don't care if it's good, but
yeah,
from the last generation, what was the $59.99? Now they're $69.99, and all day online, people been complaining about that. I'm like, it's been like that for what, 20 years? $59.99, whatever, bro.
Shit goes up in price, man.
I don't know where I'm pulling this. I could be completely pulling this out of my ass, but I thought this was a $40 game. I'm not sure. I'll have to research that and get back to you. That was really anything that moved the needle for me at the Ubisoft thing. Other than that, they had some snowboarding stuff or skiing. They had Just Dance. There was no Splinter Cell. There was no Division there. There really wasn't anything meaty on the bone for me. If you guys feel differently, please speak up. But
you're right. I think you're right about it.
And I think the same can be said for Square Enix. I watched that today, and really the only thing for me that sort of moved the needle was Guardians of the Galaxy, which they spent a lot of fucking time on showing that.
Looked pretty good though.
Let's see if we can get a little bit of that up on the stream here for you to watch.
And while you're doing that, another game that didn't do much for me, that Avatar.
Yeah,
right.
Didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah. Day late and a dollar short.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know enough about it. Not sure what's going on here. It was just another CG thing, right? I didn't know if it was going to be, kind of worth our time. I don't know. I guess I need to know more about it. Did you guys hear anything on your end? Like what it was going to be?
No.
Nope.
Nah, it didn't really do much. I
don't know. Getting back to this thing here with Guardians of the Galaxy, this is going to be a single-player, story-driven, third-person action adventure. Are you guys? Any one of you guys into Guardians of the Galaxy?
I enjoyed the movies. Yeah, I thought the movies were great.
I'll give that a try because it's giving me almost some Borderlands vibes, almost a little bit. But we'll see.
I don't know. And
that's gameplay right there, right?
That is game. There is some gameplay in this. This is CG. Some of this is CG. Some of it's gameplay. The presentation they showed. I don't know this trailer, and then they talked about it, and then they did gameplay. Like that's gameplay on the screen right now. I know I'm probably a little bit ahead of you, but this is the studio that did. This comes from Deus Ex and Thief.
Yeah,
that's the games. The games that
about Thief.
Yeah,
Deus Ex was good.
Looks decent.
And
yeah, it does. It looks decent.
And it's not supposed to be like anything that's like from the movies or the comics. They created their own story, so I don't know if that's good or bad, or what people feel about that.
They probably did it also. It probably saves money on voice acting. Don't have to hire those people to do the voices.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. People are trying to say, and I don't know if I agree, but people were trying to say it like now fills the void for like Spider-Man, right? It's like what people were hoping for, another single player action adventure comic book driven game. And so Spider-Man did very good. And now we get another Guardian. And you're only going to be able to play as Star-Lord. You're not going to be able to play as the other characters. But you can, in the gameplay, it showed that you could like, I don't know if you could command them, but you could make choices. Like it showed you at one point, like, all right, I want to hear from Groot here instead of hearing from, the chick. Or I think there was a point where you could sell. You have to sell one of either Groot or the raccoon. and you had to make a decision, and it left it up to you, and then the story would sort of pivot depending on which option you picked?
Oh man, I don't know if I want to sell either.
No, although I think the whole thing is you sell one of them, and then you bust into the place that you sold them to. That's like your in to get to the place that you need to go to by selling one. Kind of like kind of like that whole Princess Leia Han Solo thing, right? You know. No.
Yeah. I don't know. The raccoon's so I couldn't sell the raccoon. He's so cute.
Yeah.
Cuddly.
Did you get your raccoon yet in Biomutant?
No.
No?
No. Goddamn game.
Show Notes said Ubisoft was a sleep-inducing show. I did pass out many times during that. I posted on Twitter. I had a sub. I came down in the recliner. I started watching the show. Boom, out. I'd wake up. In and out the whole time. Square Enix showed the most games I cared about. I don't care about Guardians, but that gameplay looked good. Yeah. A lot of JRPGs with Square Enix, for sure.
Yeah.
And they're having all sorts of trouble tonight, Eric, with that Final Fantasy demo that they put out on the PS5. I guess the files are corrupted or something.
Yeah.
So
I was going to download it, but I was like, nah, never mind.
All right. So let's recap a little bit here. The best thing you've seen so far, Eric. What would you say out of everything that we've seen in the last couple of days? Best thing.
Say The Ascent and Diablo. That's it from me.
Okay, Matt. What are you? Best thing you've seen that's got you most hyped.
Probably Battlefield 6. I think it's looking pretty cool for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I had to pick something beyond Far Cry 6, I mean, I don't know, the whole Starfield thing is appealing to me, and I'm very curious to see what it is. So that's got me a little excited. The date is so far away, though. You know what I mean? It just feels like that is it's tough to get super excited for that.
Did you see anything about it, though? You just saw a CG trailer. It could look like freaking whatever.
I mean, another thing I want to touch on, like the Fallout 76 and the Elder Scrolls Online. Like, is it time to is it too late to get into those games? There's too much time passed, too much content. Would you just be like completely lost playing those? Because when I played the Elder Scrolls years ago online, it just felt like a very flat experience. And it's supposed to get the next gen update this week. And I wonder if that's a time to go back, because that looks exciting to me. It looks like a vibrant world, but the combat to me just felt so bland and boring. And I don't know, there's so much content coming to Fallout 76, and I think Fallout 5 is years and years away. Should I be playing 76 with all this new shit dropping in? They got this I forget what the S.T.A.L.K.E.R DLC that's dropping very soon, and then they got the Pit that's coming in 2022, and it looks more story driven, which I liked in Fallout 5. So is that those things to me looked exciting, and maybe I should give them more of a fair shake.
I think 76 would be good for you and Matt because you was there when it was trash. So now all the stuff that they're supposedly putting into it, I think you guys would probably appreciate that more.
Yeah, I just wish they had the cross. I wish they just had you both get credit for the saves, doing the same shit. No one wants to just be the third wheel, come in, let me help you, and then you don't get credit for it, and you got to do it yourself. No one's got time to play this shit twice. Come on now.
Yeah.
All right, most disappointed. There was something you saw that was just this was anything you saw that we were disappointed in, but really what I'm looking for. Wow, they built this up and this came out as hot garbage. Anything that you're not for me.
Well, the whole thing about the show that was disappointing for me was the CG stuff. Everything, the Halo, the freaking everything, Starfield. It was just, and then they gave me dates in the end of 2022 and 2023 for the majority of the stuff. I know some stuff is coming out next week, but I'm not worried about that. But I'm talking about the majority of stuff is 2022, 2023. That's not a good look.
What about you, Matt? Most disappointed? Anything to turn you off?
I mean, my hopes weren't up high for anything, so I can't really say that I was disappointed in anything. I mean, there was shit I didn't care about and stuff. Like, well, okay, but can't say I was like disappointed in anything. My expectations weren't up that high to be disappointed in anything.
I guess I was. It's tough to say you were disappointed in like the whole Bethesda Xbox thing because they did hit on that a decent amount, but it felt like Pete Hines was on stage on and off very quick. They just quickly touched base on like, hey, these things are coming to Game Pass today. Here's updates for existing franchises. And I know they opened the show and they closed the show with 2 new IPs for Bethesda, but I was just hoping it's just see more of that. I don't know what I was looking for. I just wanted more from them. Maybe it was gameplay that I wanted, or maybe it was some other franchises. I don't know. It just felt like it came and went very quick that he was on stage a short amount of time. But overall, if I had to pick something, I just wanted to see more Halo Infinite single campaign stuff. And they just didn't touch on that at all. So that was disappointing for me. Anybody got a hot take? Go ahead. I was going to say, anybody got a hot take after you've seen all this? Anything?
Yeah, if you don't like Game Pass, don't fucking subscribe to it. No one's forcing you to subscribe to Game Pass. If you don't like it, don't do it.
Do you buy into the theory at all, Matt, that some people are throwing out there that games are not the best they can be because they know their game's going to come to Game Pass and it's good enough for Game Pass, but they're not like knocking it out of the park like it could be?
The same can be said for Disney, Hulu, Netflix, and the content that's put out on those shows. Disney, everyone got Disney Plus because of fucking The Mandalorian. Okay, one big fucking hit show on there. Okay, and the rest is mediocre stuff, but people still like fucking Disney Plus. Netflix, same. It's you don't like it, you don't have to subscribe to it.
Which is true. And we subscribe to it, and all of us, I don't think I'm saying I don't like it. I think it's great. And it's really great the way I ain't got to pay $70. But here's the thing. So last year, E3, or whenever it was, I don't know if it was last year, they showed a trailer and gameplay. They showed gameplay for The Last of Us 2. Remember we was watching that and Ellie was walking around. She was just murking cats, stabbing them in the neck. And it was like violent, right? And we were like, wow. And what came out of that? We were like, man, I can't wait to get that game, man. Oh, man, right? I haven't done that with Microsoft at all in about 2-3 years. Have y'all?
No, there hasn't been too much of their own first-party stuff.
Anything. Hell, who cares? Whoever makes it. Has there been anything to get excited about?
Well, Eric, that can be the same for PlayStation. I mean, if it's on Microsoft, you said anybody, anything. So you're talking about third-party games that can be on PlayStation 5 and Xbox.
Okay, but I haven't had any third-party games on the Microsoft platform, except for a Sony game, which is MLB The Show. I was excited about that. Right?
So you only play exclusive games?
No, I don't.
Then you're not making sense because...
I'm saying this, though. Microsoft is not putting out... What's come out on Microsoft? Even not exclusive. Just like, has something come out lately that I'm missing? Even if it's like a Battlefield or something. Has something come out? NBA 2K maybe? Something? Nothing. It's come out on this machine that I got sitting right here.
Same with... That's what I'm saying. Same with MLB, same with Call of Duty, same thing. I mean, it's come out... the same games that you can play on, except for exclusive, on PS5 you can play on Microsoft.
No, I think the argument he was originally trying to make was that their first-party stuff, there's nothing...
Yeah, first party, yeah, they're fucking... They shit to bed, for goddamn sure. There ain't no first-party shit on.
And but I don't know... I was trying to... And I don't know if today they... Go ahead.
I was saying the best thing that came out on Game Pass so far was a Sony game. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I'd
have to look.
Destiny's on there.
I'd have to look and see this There could be some argument. I mean, like The Witcher's been on there, Red Dead Redemption's been on there, Grand Theft Auto 5's been on there. But I think if I had to understand the spirit of what Eric's talking about, so like day and date, brand new, like this is coming on PlayStation the same day it's coming to Xbox, and Xbox decided to give it to you free on Game Pass. And I think what Eric is saying, the only thing that he's seen so far that has been compelling to play it on Xbox, a day and date release versus PlayStation 5 has been MLB The Show.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if today turned things around or not for Xbox. It remains to be seen. It's a step in the right direction, I'll tell you that. A couple of years ago, they were telling us about how the Xbox is great for like ESPN and your movies and your television. At least today, it was 30 games. It was all games. There was no fluff. You could say they didn't spend too much time on Forza. Now they got to get these games in people's hands. You know what I mean? So.
2022 and 2023, these games will be in our hands.
Right. And in the meantime, I think to Eric's point is we got The Last of Us 2, we got Returnal, we got Ratchet and Clank, and we're gonna get.
Oh, absolutely.
We got.
Paper to paper. You got no fucking doubt about that.
Spider-Man. We got Miles Morales. God of War might come out.
Oh yeah.
Before some of these.
6 months in, they're killing it. And I just can't. I don't understand.
But at the same sense, Sony doesn't get a free pass today. You guys, Matt gave him. What did you give him? A B.
Mm-hmm.
Eric gave him a C. Right. I gave him a B minus. Sony got a DNP today. Right. Did not participate, and that should not go. That should not go overlooked. That should not be excused just because you put out Ratchet and Clank earlier in the week and you had some bangers. I think they have a fan base out there that's dying to hear from Sony more about what's coming, whether that's storage expansion, UI improvements, or other games they have cooking. Sony fanboys would eat up the CG just like the Xbox did today. So I don't think Sony gets a free pass for not showing up at these E3s the last couple of years. I think they should be, I'm not saying they should be ashamed, but they should at least be called out and said, is it because they're so confident? Is it because they use their own events like State of Play that they don't need to do these types of things? Whatever it is, it's disappointing not to see them here.
Right. And I agree. And they're not getting a pass from me. And from what I understand, they're saying they're doing something at the end of the month.
Right.
Okay.
I agree with you guys. I think, them not having anything. But then again, Sony, though, the proof is in the pudding. They are fucking, you just said they're putting out the shit. So they don't really need to put on a fucking show. Right. Because they're putting the shit out there.
Yeah, but I think to Phil's point, the industry is better when everybody participates. And when Sony's here pushing the envelope. I mean, how awesome was it when Jack Trenton used to be up there? And,
oh, yeah.
It was just fucking great times, man. Just to have those two competing back to back on different days. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Shonuff says, if Sony's show is as bad as Xbox, I'd rather they not show and do their own show in their own time. Something to be said for that. I think Sony last E3 appearance was very bad. That tent thing they did.
That was dumb.
Like, what was going on there? Like, they were moving around like a live-action E3 show or something?
It's like a circus OLED shit or something.
It was being too artsy.
Fartsy. And that's when Sean Layden got pushed out by the guy who's in charge now, Jim Ryan.
Yeah, Jim Ryan.
Power struggle, and Layden got pushed out, and Ryan took over.
I don't know, man. I want everybody.
Shuhei got pushed to the indie scene, and Herman came in and took over Shuhei's job.
Yep.
So where were we there? Hot take. My hot take. I saw this this woman I follow on Twitter today, and I don't totally disagree with her sentiment. Like, she was saying that, like, maybe video games just aren't for me anymore because there was nothing that really got me like super excited that I saw today. Now, the first part of that I don't disagree with. Video, I definitely, will continue to play games. But man, there was nothing across the board that like got me super like pumped up. And maybe that's because of oversaturation. Like, how many times can you see Far Cry 6 pop up at someone's show before it's just like, all right, just get this game in my hands. I'm tired of seeing it for the 1,000th time. But
right.
Yeah, there was nothing that left me like, wow, I got to have this. On anybody's show, there was nothing that got me super excited.
I agree.
That's my hot take.
Yeah.
Maybe they're running out of ideas, man. People are running out of ideas to make games or something. Who knows?
Well, I think, like, let's take Ratchet and Clank, okay, and PS5, and how it's PS5 only, okay? And it's like, that's cut fucking bait on the old consoles and produce shit for the new, so you can actually see how this shit is supposed to look like and be produced, okay? Ratchet and Clank is a perfect example of that.
I agree.
The opposite things happened to that Godfall game, where nobody bought it for the PS5, and now it's coming out with an expansion in August, and they're releasing a PS4 version of it. So they want to tap into those 110 million people that bought a PS4 versus the however many people have a PS5. So they're going the opposite route.
It's Godfall instead of Ratchet and Clank.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, I hear you. Godfall is what it is. You know what I mean? It's one of those, filler type games. Not a banger for sure. It was okay. It's in the back burner for me to go back and play a little bit. Hack and slash type deal, right? Pretty nice visuals. There's some other stuff I wanted to get to that we'll get to next week, where Xbox had an interesting week with some announcements, and we'll dive into them next week. But quickly, they were talking about putting out some sort of like dongle for your television to have cloud gaming on it, or maybe having the cloud gaming software baked into it. They're already developing another console. I think and we'll dive into all that next week. I don't want to ruin everything. Today was pretty much just about E3, but I didn't want to let that pass and think we forgot about that. There's interesting stuff to dive into on that, but
I don't need no dongle. I got my own
dongle. You got your own dongle?
I'm good.
That's what Jonna tells him. I don't need no dongle.
Right. Please, make some games, man. Get out of here.
Okay. So I think tomorrow is Take-Two, and then Tuesday is Nintendo. Anything that you want to see from Nintendo? Do you want to see Breath of the Wild 2?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I want to see the Super Nintendo Switch Pro or whatever the hell it's going to be. That's what
I think we're definitely going to get that.
I don't think. I want to see Mario.
Kart 9.
I want to see any kind of Mario. I want to see the new Switch, and I want to see the new Breath of the Wild coming to the new Switch.
My youngest son, who's 7, we've explained to him that we're selling the house down the Cape come the fall, right? And he's claimed every system that's down the Cape in the television. That's all going to my room. I'm going to be playing Mario. He's got, we got the Wii U down there. And I'm taking the Wii U. I'm going to be playing Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. He's like, I'm going to have all this stuff in my room. I'm going to take all those systems. It's all going to my room.
Good for him.
Oh, boy. Don't crush his dreams.
Yeah, I think his dad is going to crush his dreams.
No, don't do that.
He can have all that stuff.
Yeah, because you're not playing that stuff.
I mean, we've already gone long today, but that's a topic I want to get to at some point. It's like, what do we do with all the crap that we've accumulated, Eric? Because I know Matt gets rid of it. He doesn't keep it around. He trades it in, gets something else with it, But I've got tubs and tubs of shit in this closet behind me of other systems. And I like to have a discussion on the show at one point. Like, why am I hoarding all this stuff? What ultimately am I going to do with this? And then, I like to have a deeper dive on that at some point.
History, archive it. It's museum pieces.
Yeah.
Some of the Arabs saying hang them on the wall.
It's going to be worth millions of dollars one day.
I am ashamed that I am trolling Facebook Marketplace looking for a clear OG Xbox, either green or whatever the white is will do.
Yeah,
I don't even care if it works. I just want one.
Yeah.
So you want, like, put on the wall or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Display.
Even if I put it in a tub back there, I know I got it. So I'm saying we need to talk about this in a follow-up show. Why is Mike and Eric hoarding all this history, and what are we going to do with this history?
Open up a game store.
100 years from now, when my grandkids and my great-grandkids or whatever be going through that stuff, They'd be like, man, look at this. Remember, this was yada yada. They're going to go to my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's what Pop was doing, man.
Look how fucked up he is.
Are you going to get the one other thing that came out this week? Are you going to get the Playdate system?
What's the Playdate system?
Yeah, pull that up.
Well, you see, you go to Chatterbait and
Oh, speaking of Chatterbait, it's almost that time.
it is. Let me pop this over here.
Eric, while he's doing that, so we've got July 4th, Eric, before he sells the Cape, trip to the Cape down there. July 4th weekend. We'll all get down there and play on all those toys and stuff before he gives them to his son.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's selling it next year, though, right?
No, we'll sell it in the fall.
We ain't got much time, Eric.
Yeah, we ran out of time, bro.
Yeah. What do you think of this thing here, Eric? The Playdate. You've seen this before? That little crank, that little arm.
What's the...
Black and white, though.
Right, yeah.
I'm okay with... This actually looks interesting.
Yeah, it's very...
What's the crank do? Is that where you got like crank it up to make it to power it?
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
No, I think that's like another like gaming tool. Like, it's like another... It's like
Like a joystick or something. Just some type of...
But it look, it comes with this little docking station, and there's like a little speaker. See if they show a better.
It's July.
I'm actually kind of intrigued by this. I think I'm actually more intrigued by this than anything I've seen on E3 so far.
Shown Up disagrees with you. This is $180 wasted.
Shown Up has had a nice thing to say all night in chat about anything, so he can go back to Sony and play on that. And be happy.
I'm right there with him, though, Matt. Sorry.
I know you are.
He's right.
But this Playdate system, I don't, if they cut out with all the cutesy stuff here, we can take a little deeper dive into it. But it's going to come with 24 games.
It's definitely cutesy.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the demand is on it. But yeah, it's got a crank, the arm cranks, couple face buttons, and then it's got a D-pad. And then it's got this like docking station that you can dock it into, and it plays. I guess it plays like the audio from the games or whatever.
Interesting.
I'm sure you'll be able to play Rayman on it.
Let's see if we can
Skyrim.
Fast forward a little bit here. Yeah, I mean Skyrim's got to be coming to it at some point.
Oh, sure, Skyrim's going to be on it. Grand Theft Auto's going to be on it soon.
Right. And then the other thing I saw during the week was they're having a Kickstarter for that compute the monitor for the Xbox Series S. Did you guys see that? I posted that in our little Twitter chat.
I saw the little screen.
Yeah,
it looks like a fucking old time laptop, man. And old time when laptops first came out, real thick, and they're like, "What the hell is this thing? No one's going to buy that."
You could it just clamps on, like for like the HDMI is built into the screen, and it just clamps on to the Xbox Series S, and it folds down. Take that.
They're using the crank.
Yeah. See that?
It looks like it's 3D. It's got foreground and background.
Yeah. $180 wasted though.
Yeah, I'd have to see more of it, bro.
Not get it on your radar. All right. Well, Eric's got to be in Maryland in the morning to do JOB type stuff. So let's wrap it up here. Our E3 2021 show. Some good stuff, some stuff that's far away, a lot of CG. Matt's excited for Battlefield. Eric's down on Xbox. Mike is questioning why nothing's really getting him excited at all. I need a gaming blue pill. That's what I need. I need some gaming Viagra to boost my interest in these games.
Cialis, something. You need something. Yeah. I need some boost. Because I'm not boosted.
Get me hyped.
Yeah.
All right.
Need a fluffer game company is what we need.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out fluffers. So, shout outs, questions, comments, or complaints, Eric?
I'm not gonna complain about anything, man. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody. Shout out for everybody in the chat. Kevin, appreciate his comments. It was awesome. I don't know, man. Another E3 down the tubes. We'll see what happens next year.
Very quickly, do you guys feel like next year will be more hype because the audience? Do you feel like we're missing out because the audience isn't there? You're not hearing the oohs and the ahs and the claps. You guys feel like any of that was missed? The live interaction?
Not so much. No, I don't think so.
All right. Matt's on Chatterbait. He's totally zoned us out. He's like,
I'm actually trying to do something else, but it's not working for some reason.
oh, sounds like trying my life.
I'm trying to. Anyways.
All right.
What was the question?
Do you feel like the E3 is toned down a little because there's no live interaction? You know, the Xbox
definitely.
Xbox thing today was pre-recorded 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that is definitely. There's. Yeah.
Okay. What are your shout outs? Go Reds. Yay Bearcats.
Reds are on a roll lately here.
Yeah.
Just above 500 today now. And Kevin, I'm trying to give you a sub, but it's not working. That's why I'm trying to give Show Enough a sub. And I can't get to work.
An Italian, a meatball, a chicken palm, eggplant.
Great big steak hoagie sub.
Steak and cheese.
Yep, great big steak so you can fall asleep on a couch like you did. But no, I'm trying to give Kevin a sub, and it's not going through. It's not working for some reason. So I apologize. That's why I'm concentrating on so hard. Because he's definitely been the most active in chat tonight. Even though I don't agree with what he's saying. But he's still been there, so.
Speaking facts.
Let's see if we
I don't know about facts, maybe opinions. Facts.
No. Well, yeah, let's shout out everybody in chat. Thanks for showing up. Show Enough, Pumpkin Kings, CM. Anybody else I missed, I apologize. Shout out you guys. Shout out Matt's son Noah, happy birthday. Shout out to my wife, happy birthday. And apologize that I didn't get to it last week or the week before, but unfortunately our longtime buddy Mark, Team Chaos Theory, his sister unfortunately passed away a few weeks ago, so want to express our deep condolences to Mark and his family. Very sad there, so our best to you, sir. But this has been E3 2021. We'll be back next week. Eric, when are you headed to put everything on black? That's in a couple weeks, right? Or are you putting all in red this year?
On the 29th.
Okay, so you'll be around next week.
I'll be around next week.
All right. So otherwise, everybody have a good week, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Play the music, Matt. I only pay you $1, but play it.
I didn't get my dollar yet.
Thank you.
I didn't get my dollar. Oh, money. Okay, yeah, okay, I got you.
All right. Good night.
Later, all. Thanks for showing up.